Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here today. My name is Afraa Al Mansoori, and I'm a senior systems engineer at Digital Dubai and a member of Women in Cybersecurity Middle East. I was also recognized as the top 20 women in cybersecurity worldwide. So today I'll be speaking about cybersecurity safety, the evolving threats landscape, and the importance of staying safe in this increasingly digital world. So, as technology continues to shape how we live and work, cybersecurity awareness has become an essential for all individuals and organizations. So, throughout this presentation, I will highlight the common cyber risks and real world examples, and as well as security measures that can help strengthen our digital resilience. So let's start with why cybersecurity or cyber safety actually matters. So cyber safety is essential because our personal and financial information is now stored digitally. So everybody and everyday people share sensitive information, including passwords, some may be banking details, or personal information, such as photos or personal data. So, cyber criminals continuously look for ways to steal this information from fraud, identity theft, or financial gain. So, one major reason cybersecurity matters is the protection against cybercrime. So, threats such as phishing emails, fake websites, and online scams are becoming more advanced and difficult to detect. And cyber awareness also promotes us to really stay safe online in circumstances of online behavior. So many cyber incidents happen not just because of systems are weak, but because users unknowingly click suspicious links or even share confidential information. So, by understanding cyber risks, we can reduce financial losses and as well protect our identities and keep awareness the first and strongest layer of cybersecurity. So, moving on to the digital lifestyle. So, today our lives highly are connected to through technology. So, most people use mobile banking applications, for example, food delivery apps, or smart services like social media platforms or smart home devices daily. So these technologies provide convenience and efficiency, but every connected device increases our digital footprint. So these technologies provide convenience and efficiency, but every connected device may increase the digital footprint, as I said. So smart TVs, cameras, for example, voice assistants, and wearable devices can be of cyber attacks that are not uh, probably secured. So another important point is that another important point is that many people reuse passwords across multiple applications and one account becomes compromised. So attackers may gain access to several other passwords, for example, because of leakage. So the key message here is that more connected mobiles or more connected we become, the more important cybersecurity awareness becomes. So the convenience should always be balanced with cybersecurity. Moving on to the next slide. So common cyber threats that examples, for example, that we have. So here we let us know how some of most common cyber threats affect individuals every single day or today. So the first threat is phishing and smishing attacks. These are fake emails or SMS messages designed to trick users into clicking malicious links or revealing sensitive information. So the second threat is fake websites. So cyber criminals create websites that look identical to, for example, official banks or official organization portals or even shopping platforms to steal login credentials. So another serious threat is that we have is also malware and spyware. So malicious software can infect devices to monitor user activity or steal files to gain unauthorized access. So these are common cybersecurity threats. So here is that we need to always pause and verify before actually clicking or responding to any threat or link that is provided. Here I will give you also an example of a real scam example. For example, the delivery fraud. Here the slide really determines and demonstrates a very common scam currently facing multiple individuals. So victims really receive SMS messages or emails claiming to be from a postal or career service. The message usually is says a package, for example, is delayed, or there is a small payment or release that needs to be conducted by the individual themselves. Here they request like a small amount, a very small amount, making the scam appear less harmless and believable. So once the victim clicks on this link, they are redirected to a fake payment page designed to look legitimate. So when card details are entered, the information is immediately stolen, and authorized transactions may begin in just seconds or minutes. So here it's more important for individuals to actually seek assistance or block their bank cards or contact the bank and report the incident through official e-crime channels. So here we need to really always verify through official applications or websites. And we will give you and I will give you an example that we need to really conduct in every single application that we use, the two-factor authentication method. So one of the simplest, most effective ways really to keep your mobile devices or platforms secured is to enable the 2FA. So here the 2FA adds a layer of security beyond just password. Normally the user log in with a username or password that with 2FA, and we enable an additional verification step which is required, such as maybe a one-time password or authentication app approval or a biometric verification. So this means that even if a password is stolen, attackers will cannot access the account itself without the second verification step. So here the most major two-factor authenticating that is not only takes a few minutes, but it takes a few seconds really to enable it. So think of adding it as a second layer for your digital door. And the last thing that I would like to even talk about is that safe internet browsing. So safe internet browsing or safe browsing habits are really critical in preventing cyber attacks. Before entering any personal or financial information online, users should always verify that the website uses HTTPS and displays the security padlock icon. However, even if secure-looking websites can be fake, some users must carefully verify the website URLs before really actually doing any transaction on the website. So cyber criminals really often create websites with slight, for example, spelling mistakes. So you should really closely look at this before really using the website or service itself. So, and we have to ensure that public Wi-Fi networks can also carry risks, that we need to avoid accessing banking or sensitive account while connected to unsecured public networks. So the safest habit here is to pause, verify, and think really before clicking on any suspicious or malicious link. And now we have now reached the end of the session, and there is a key message that I would like to address. Cybersecurity really is a shared responsibility, and awareness is the one of the most common and strongest defenses that we can have against any digital threat. So today here we discuss the importance of safety or cybersecurity and the common online threats and the real scam examples and how to really use safe browsing habits and the importance of two-factor authentication. So I encourage everyone here to practice or try to implement these practices personally to and share awareness to the community. And I would like to also ensure that two-factor authentication is implemented in all applications and services in the individual's devices. And that's it. I would like to thank you all for your time and participation in this session, and would be happy to answer any questions or hear about your experiences related to cybersecurity or cyber safety. Okay, so we have a question to say what is the safest way to really save passwords so that we don't forget it. There are many ways that we can do that. We have actually passkeys installed automatically in our devices. So, for example, if I give you passkeys related to iOS devices, they're automatically stored there and it is encrypted. So, it is less likely for criminals really to attack these passwords as it requires even two-factor authentication. We have another question is what is the remediation actions that should be taken after clicking on a suspicious link that could have been malware? I would advise you to report to the e-crime portal. And in addition to that, try to block any, for example, if you have inputted your credentials or, for example, bank details to block these cards. Most common mistakes people make online that puts them at risk is really not checking, from my point of view, the website that they are actually using. So, as I said in my presentation, is that multiple cyber criminals have suspicious ways to really conduct cyber attacks or cyber threats. So, be aware before actually visiting the link to review the domain and the HTTPS link before actually submitting a transaction on it. I think these are the questions that have been received. Any other questions? This is I think, a question that comes to knowledge is I think the question was, what is the most important skill for someone who wants to work in cybersecurity? Really, from my point of view, is trying to implement, or not trying to implement, maybe trying to understand how suspicious threats really work. So you take your precautions regarding it. There's another question is that how we can educate our kids. You can, in that perspective, is try to let your kid really understand in a simplest way how these threats might occur, for example, for using different websites that are really actually maybe include them in workshops or different activities related to cybersecurity. I think this concludes our session today. And thank you everyone for your time and participation.